Hi, my name is Tina Garcia Miller, and I'm a DMP candidate at Franklin University. It is my pleasure to share my DMP scholarly project on the implementation of the Cease Alarm Management Bundle in the surgical ICU. I had assembled my vision for my DMP project. I knew what I was going to do. I was going to implement a palliative care screening tool. I had a place, a plan, a provider, and a tool, and it was going to be smooth sailing. And then I came into work, and all the alarms were going off as I was getting report. And I asked the nurse if she had a rough night, and she said it wasn't too bad. The patient coded 5 minutes later and coded again, and he passed away by 8:17 in the morning. What happened? The patient had a rhythm change shortly after 11 p.m., but it was just another sound and a sea of sound. Did the nurse notice this change? Or was she in a constant barrage of sound while she was trying to manage multiple organ system failure? When everything is an alarm, nothing is an alarm. And this is the reality of the intensive care unit. Nurses are exposed to thousands of sounds, and they're expected to differentiate. What's the difference between an IV pump that is beeping because an antibiotic has ended and one that is beeping because a pressor has run dry? The former is annoying. The latter is lethal. Alarm desensitization may contribute to longer response time, a lack of action, and inappropriate silencing behaviors. And all of these place our patients in danger. So now, a new puzzle piece, one that doesn't fit. I felt compelled to address this issue, but I really didn't want to start over. So I collected alarm data, and in one case, one patient had 6,792 alarms over 24 hours. This amounted to over 5 hours spent simply silencing alarms. We have a policy. Why isn't it being followed? Carmen Lorenzo Lewis is a critical care nurse in Colorado, and she developed the Cease bundle. I reached out to her, and she was happy to let me use it. This bundle basically took all the measures that we already had in place with our policy and arranged them in a mnemonic that set expectations for practice. Simple enough, right? What do we need to do? Manage alarms. How are we going to do it? Cease bundle. Who's going to do it? Aren't ICU nurses just naturally excited about opportunities to improve their practice? How am I going to organize all of the ideas and align them with the different stakeholders? And how do I find a way to connect with everyone and give them the information that is most important to them? The answer was simpler than I thought. I went back to the unit. All the information was housed on a SharePoint. It was the information hub. Posters were made, tip cards were affixed, and I presented the project at the staff meetings. And I made everything available for the stakeholders to see. All of the alarm data on the good days, the bad days, the outliers, the fallouts, an interactive dashboard where nurses could see the impact of their action and their inaction. And something started happening. Report sheets were modified to include alarms. A monthly focus message appeared in the bathroom. A trifold poster was made for Safety Week. And people were visiting the project site and staying longer. And nurses could see how their actions and interactions had a direct effect on the environment in which they work. And I could see how my actions had a direct effect on the implementation. And in February, I wasn't making any headway in scheduling a short meeting with some of the people that were on the EBP Council. So I submitted an abstract for the Research and EBP Symposium and I was accepted to present. This wasn't exactly how I had planned things, but I was pleased, and I learned. Many lessons were learned from this project. How to implement quality improvement, how to increase buy-in, how different people learn, and new opportunities continue to present. I have a new appreciation for how important the people part of change management is necessary for sustainability. And as I watch one nurse teach another and the culture shifts and the practice grows, people are encouraged to own and champion the effort. And nurses become knowledge makers, and the project receives attention. Most importantly, I learned that lone puzzle piece at the beginning of it all wasn't a roadblock, and not just a challenge, but a stepping stone. And just when I thought I was done, another piece appears, which leads to an even larger picture. And this larger picture, it's a representation of my professional journey. It represents choosing to take the challenge and finding another way to reassemble the picture. And it's about allowing yourself to embrace vulnerability through trial and error. And it represents how you allow yourself to learn from this process. It's a monument to wanting it all and finding it in the challenges that you meet along the way. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It's truly a privilege to share my journey with you.